Can anybody else hear me out there? Yeah? Okay. I can't see who's logged on. All right. Oh, Sandy said, is the sound on? Sandy, can you hear me now? Okay. Good morning, Brenda. I was just thinking about you this morning. You have to let me know when the Lavender Festival is so we can put in for our days off. Okay, Gay can hear. All right. So we have 13, but I have 2. I have Gay, Brenda, and Sandy on. Okay. Good morning. Good morning, Liz. There's all my people. This makes me happy. I thought you were going to forget about me since we haven't done it for two weeks. I'm glad the holidays are over. I'm ready for a new year. And if you are interested in what I'm doing today, I get this question asked all the time. How do you quilt in the hoop? So I'm going to show you today how to hoop around objects that you don't want to quilt over. So I hope none of you missed this because this is really fun and important. So I am going to go ahead and get started.
Do you want to talk about classes?
Oh, do you want to do classes now? Yeah, okay, yeah, let's just do classes now. Then we'll get to the fun stuff. Of course, the classes are fun too. I should watch what I say. All right. Art quilting workshop with Ramses. That is. Oh, is it closed? Oh, all right. Well, if you missed it, you missed it. I'm really sorry because it's a great class. Then we have our 3-day getaway, March 26th through Saturday, March 28th. This event is a 3-day event and the store will be closed again, but you don't want to miss it. Last year when we did it, everyone loved it. I learned so much too. It's just a great course to take. So that one is, we're doing the signups. How much is it? We don't have the price on there. I can't remember. Is it $2.99? $2.49? Okay. We're going to let you know the price on that. But you definitely want to sign up because, you know, it's always good to learn new things. Even if you think you know it all, there's always something new to learn. $2.49. So for 3 days, and we supply lunch and snacks, and it's just, you know, it's a learning experience that you don't want to miss. And, you know, it doesn't matter what machines we're using because most of the time you can apply that knowledge to the machine that you have at home too. Or you might decide you really like the ones we're using. So definitely come and be a part of our event. Oh, yes. Is this 3-day in the store? Yes, it is. Because why? Our store is big enough. We don't need to rent a building anywhere. It's all right here. We transform this store into something amazing. Are they still going to do the serger during the Bernina event? Oh, I'm sure. Yeah. 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 We love that serger. So make sure you come in. Okay. And oh, that's all you got? Okay. For the end? You don't want to talk about it now? Yeah. Yeah. So I'm excited. This year, starting off in 2026, we are focusing on the Avenir. We have waited a year to be able to do this in club class, so it is beginning. So our first project for club is going to be the gift bag, but you don't have to use it as a gift bag. You can also use it as a shoe bag. You could put your pajamas in it. You can put anything in it. It's nice to travel with. And the best thing about it is I learned something new on the Avenir that I can't wait to show you. And then in February, we're going to do picture play. And I know a lot of you are excited about learning picture play. So I took a picture of a real rose and took it to picture play, and you girls are going to get to play with that. So that'll be another fun project. We've got the whole year planned out, but this is as far as I'm letting you know till February. You'll just have to stay tuned in to see what the rest are. And is that it?
Yep,
Okay.
that's all we got.
All right. So back to what we're learning today. Today I have a quilt block that I threw together. And what I'm going to do, here, I'll hold it up and show you too. Let's see. And I'm also going to talk about what I'm using for this project, which I think every Avenir owner and Luminaire owner should have. I am doing this quilt block, and I have, actually put it in a magnetic hoop. This is a 10 by 10 magnetic hoop, and we'll go over the special pricing for these. What I like about it is you don't have to take the hoop off every time you're going to move your hoop. So it makes it very easy. You just take the magnets off and move your quilt over. This is the only way I like to quilt my quilts, is with a magnetic hoop. I have used the new Brother hoop that came with the Avenir. I do like the fact that it locks at the top and holds your quilt a lot better. But I will tell you, these magnetic hoops, they're the best way to go. What I did is I took this block, and because I threw it together, I forgot to leave the extra around the outer edges. Like if you're taking your quilt to a quilter, you have to have, about 4 inches on each side, 3 to 4. So I forgot to do that. So what I did, because there's always a way to fix everything, I took the Floriani Power Mesh, and I cut strips from my scraps, and I just sewed it around. So that's what's good about this stabilizer, is it's strong enough to hold with the magnetic hoops. So if you don't have the extra or enough fabric on the edges, just sew some strips of your power mesh. It works really good. Now, for the start, what you want to do, and we're going to click over to the screen so I can show you. Good morning, Mary. Okay, all right. Whoop, come on over. Say hi, Mary.
Good morning, everybody. Happy New Year. I was like just kind of trying to find something over here very quietly, but she called me out.
Yeah.
So I'm saying
Mary,
Happy New Year.
Mary can't get away with anything when I'm around.
No,
Yeah.
but believe me, that's the truth.
Yes.
Looks like you're doing something really
Oh,
fun
yeah.
over here.
Yes. We're going to quilt with the magnetic hoop. I was telling them why I love this magnetic hoop. This one's also flatter.
Oh, well, that's
Yeah.
nice.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
To operate.
Mhm. It is. It doesn't get, it's not up so high, so it's just smoother. This is the 10 by 10. I love it.
Looks like it's really it holds on even better.
Oh, yeah. Wait till
Yeah.
you see our deal.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Am I buying something?
You may want to. Yeah, it's
Well,
pretty cool.
Oh,
This
well,
makes
I'll be
quilting in
watching.
the hoop really easy.
And that is so fun to see that.
Oh,
and
yeah.
What this machine can do. It's
I know.
awesome.
Yes.
Well, have
Well,
fun.
I will.
Okay,
Thanks. Watch
bye,
out for the
everybody.
cord. I told Eric you would be the one to trip over it.
Thank you.
All right. So, am I in focus? I am? All right. So, what we're going to do, we need to scan our hoop with our project. So, up at the top, I am in my design center, by the way. So, up at the top, there's a little pocket, and then the icon to the left of it is a leaf. You are going to touch the leaf, and you're going to do image scan. And the reason you're doing image scan is because we just need a picture of what's in our hoop. If you're going to do line design, that is where you're going to form an outline around something, like a coloring book page or anything like that. Illustration design is where it digitizes what you're scanning automatically. So today we're just doing an image scan. So I'm going to touch that one, and I'm going to say scan, and then okay. And make sure you do not touch the area inside the hoop while it's scanning. Otherwise, you're going to have to rescan because you are going to have a weird looking hand in the picture. And it's not a bad idea to unthread the machine while you're doing it too. I left the thread on, so there's probably going to be a tail on there, but I can ignore it. So it's scanning it. And this is the 10 by 10 magnetic hoop that I'm using. And you will see there is the picture of my block with the house. Now, I can see well enough to do what I need to do on the screen. But if you can't at home, there are 2 leaves at the top of the screen. One is gray and one is black. If you touch the black leaf, it will move over 1 click and make your screen darker so you can see better. So I will just leave it at that. Now, with it being a house, I want to go into, well, there's 2 ways you can do it. I'll show you one way, and then I'll go and show you the other way. So if you're at home, you have a choice of 2 different ways to do this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up into line properties. It's the black line with a zigzag. And then there is a pencil with an open circle. There's a pencil with a closed circle. So if I was to draw something with the closed circle, as I'm drawing, it's going to close it off automatically. But today what I want is just the straight. So that is the 3rd icon on the left. And I don't need to pick a color. That doesn't matter. And I'm also going to tell it no stitch because what I'm creating is boundaries. The boundaries will tell it where it's not to quilt. So I'm going to go okay. Now what I'm going to do, and actually I'm going to lighten the screen again because I want you to be able to see this. Actually, I'm going to get rid of the pattern completely so you can't see it. So when I touch my screen and I bring it down, there, you may not be able to, yeah, you can kind of see it a little. There is that line that's following my finger. It's easier to draw your straight line around, say, the house. So now I'm going to undo at the bottom with the arrow. I am going to go back up to the top and get my house on here so I can see what I'm doing. Now I'm going to make sure that's lit up, still no stitch. Now I can also make it bigger by 200, touch my hand, make it blue, move my side over. Now I'm going to touch the line again, and I am going to draw my line right where I need it. Now, if you're off, it doesn't matter. Just undo. You don't have to erase. You just touch the undo and then just draw. I like using my finger. I have more control. And there's my line on the left. Now I'm going to get my hand blue at the top, and I'm going to come over here to the right-hand side, get the line again, and draw. And I don't like that one, so we'll undo. And there we go. I love quilting this way, by the way. So I got my left line and my right line on my house. Now I'm going to get my hand blue again at 200%. I'm going to move it down, and actually that 200% is too much. So I'm just going to leave it small. The line's still lit up. Now I'm going to draw a line across the top of my house to tell it where I don't want the quilting to go past, because I'm just doing inside my house. Now I'm going to do another line at the bottom, at the grass line. Undo. And do it again. Whoops, I went up too high that time. It's because I can't see it. Okay, there we go. That's better. Oh yeah, much better. Now I'm going to take it out. Nope, it's still crooked. Okay. It takes practice, but once you get used to where your finger touches, it makes it easier. Okay, I'm happy with that one now. Now I also have 2 windows and a door that I don't want to quilt over. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to make it easy. I'm going to go into shapes. I'm going to get that square. I'm going to say okay. And I still have in line properties, no stitch. So first thing you have to do when you bring in a shape is you have to go to size. And that's the arrows going left and right and up and down. So I'm going to grab that and I'm going to go here and I'm going to do all 4 arrows pointing in. And I'm going to drag it down to my door. Go up. And now I can see that I need to make it a little taller. So I'm going to use the 2 arrows, the one that's pointing down and up, to make it taller. Okay, now I'm going to do the 2 arrows going in to size it. And I see my box is way down here. So guess what? I need to go in and make my door a little shorter. And when doing that, if you just make it even on the top and the bottom, the spacing, you'll get the right size. So there, my door is blocked off, so it won't quilt over it. Now I have 2 windows, so I'm going to say okay. And just to make it easy, I'm going to duplicate that pattern. And then I'm going to go to the move, and I'm going to move it over to my window. And I'm going to start sizing that one. There we go. Had to darken the screen so I could see. So now again, I'm moving it over my window to the sides, making sure the width is right. And I can bring it in just a couple of clicks. And it's too tall because that was the door. So now I'm going to shrink my window about like that and move it up. And I'm happy with that. Now the magic trick, I'm going to duplicate it again and go back in. And I'm going to move it over to the next window. I cut these out freehand, so I think I did pretty good at cutting the size. It's just a little bit different in size, but that's okay. I'm going to bring it in a little bit. And I'm happy with that. So now I have framed the inside of my house. So I'm going to go okay. You can't hear it, but when I go next, because everything is no stitch, it won't go to next because there are no stitches on my house. Now what I want to do is I'm going to go where the red box is. This is your fills. So I'm going to touch that. And I am going to go to the 3rd icon with all the circles. And then I'm going to go select. And I am going to choose the bricks because I want a brick house. And you know what? We'll pick a color just for the heck of it. I'll go blue. We're going to say okay. Now I'm going to get the paint can in the fills because this is the area I'm working in. That means I want to fill my house. So I'm going to touch the house. And it has not gone over the windows or outside. So that means all my lines were closed completely. If it does go where there's a hole somewhere, you can magnify your screen up to like 800 and move it to the side and then take the color background off and you will be able to see where your holes are. So most of the time it's at a corner. And if that was the case, I would just light up the pencil and redraw a line there to close it off, okay? Now I'm going to go back to the 100% and I'm going to go here. I said next. I'm going to tell it what size do I want it. So the 100%, and maybe we'll just make it a little bit bigger. I'll go 115. And so when you do it, you will notice it will change where the pattern is on your design. So 115 was really a little too big for that because it took quilting away from between the door and the window on the right side. So I'm going to go back to 100%. And now I have the brick pattern on both sides of my door. And I'm going to choose the lighter stitch because I don't want to be here all day quilting. And I'm going to set it. And I'm going to say, okay. We are now in embroidery. So I'll go all the way over. It's only going to take 3 minutes for this. And I'm going to go ahead and stitch it out so you can see how it looks. Does anybody have any questions while this is stitching? No? Okay. Oh, there was? Okay. Okay. Oh, does it work with all hoops? The magnetic hoop will work on the luminaire and the Avenir. You can, for your largest hoop that comes with your machine, you can always go smaller than your largest hoop or your smallest hoop on a machine, but you can never go bigger than your biggest hoop. So that is the width too, because you only have an allowance of a certain spacing. So you have to really make sure, I have a tail here. You have to make sure that your hoop that you're looking at is going to fit. And if you go to Brothers Support on the website and you bring up your model number for your machine and go to accessories, it will tell you what will work on the machine that you own. So, and it's amazing the information you find on there too. It will tell you what USBs will work on your machine. It will tell you how to use some of the designs that are built in. It's amazing what is in there when you start looking. Now, if my house was too big for my hoop and I could only do half, then I'm going to split my house in half and I'm only going to do 1/2 at a time. So remember, when you're quilting, it's going to shrink your fabric a little. Well, you can tell I couldn't see very well. I went over part of my window, but that's okay because there's a fix for that. But anyhow, so if you could only do half your house, you're going to split it in half. Just get the shape, the box, and shape it around that and split it right down the center. So you're going to quilt, and then you're going to go and you're going to rescan again, because now your fabric has shrunk just a little bit from the quilting and you want to get that space accurate. And then you're also going to play around with moving it to match up your lines on the bricks. It is doable. You can do it. We did that in club class last year. And it's so much fun just to play around. You have to be careful what design you pick because there are a lot of tie-offs on the back too. So you may have to sink your thread into your fabric when you're quilting. Or if you don't want to do that, don't pick a design that has a lot of tie-offs. Oh, this looks so cute. Oh my gosh, I love it. Yes. Mm-hmm. Does this work on the dream machine making the bricks for the house? You know, Debbie, I cannot remember what the extra designs are in my design center. You'll just have to see what you have in there. There might be even a different pattern that you like. There's several patterns to play with. I do know the brick is on the luminaire and the Avenir. What other size magnetic hoop come in? Okay, so you have your 10 by 10. You have I thought it was a 7 by 14, but it's a 7 by 12. And that's the one that I use a lot of. And then there is also a 5 by 7. And I'll talk about those when we're done here. But I would definitely recommend at least the 10 by 10 for quilting or the 7 by 14. And when you think about it, you're going to say, but that hoop is too small to do a quilt in. Well, not really, because sometimes it only takes a minute for the pattern that you're doing. It's taking 3 minutes for this because it is bricks and it's stop and go. But for a large edge-to-edge design, it goes by so fast. So don't let that size of the hoop make you nervous. That's what I quilt with all the time. Yeah, if your fabric is too short for the quilting, all I did was cut strips of the power mesh and just basted it right onto my block and just sewed it. So it's easy. It's better than having to start all over. Remember, everything's fixable in my world. All right, so I've done the brickwork. Now I'm going to take this hoop off. And also, when using the magnetic hoop, be very careful taking it off and putting it on because it is a heavier hoop and you don't want to mess up the arm. So here we go. We're going to do a close-up. Okay. Can you do is that as close as you can get? Okay. All right. Oh, perfect. See the brickwork? Isn't that cool? And I use a variegated so you can see it. And it's fun to play with. Yes. What was the other question? Okay. Is there a way to tell how many tie-offs a design has? Well, sure. You just take some scrap fabric and you stitch it out. I don't have a trick for that. But I will tell you, those special fills do have a lot of tie-offs. I like the one that has different circles on it. There's less tie-offs on it. And plus, you have to think, if you're going to be matching it up, be picky about what design you choose. Just, like I said, get a square piece of fabric and stitch them out and see how easy it is to match up, and then make notes. Then you'll know, and you won't have to spend all that time trying to figure it out. Okay, so now I've done the brick. Now I want to do my roof. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go home. I'm going to say, okay. I'm going to go back into my design center, and we're going to scan again. Remember, it's the leaf at the top and image scan, and then scan and say, okay. You should be amazed at how easy this is, because in our minds, we always try to make it more difficult, but it's very simple. It's so much fun. Good morning, Becky. So it's scanning it. And the good thing about using this size hoop also, it doesn't take so long to scan. So now I have here my roof, and I am going to create my lines around that. So I'm going to go back again into line properties. I'm going to get the straight line, no stitch. You have to remember to say no stitch. And now say okay. And I'm going to make my background, whoops, that was too light. So I can see it. Make sure your icon for drawing with the straight line is lit blue. And then you can go outside, because remember, this is not a stitch. So if you're outside the area, it doesn't matter. And now I've drawn that. And you don't want to keep starting and stopping. Just get in the practice of drawing your line. You can always undo if it's not right. I've seen quite the artwork of girls that are trying to get the line straight as they're going along, and you will end up with more holes. So I'm just drawing. It doesn't have to be perfect, just close enough. And then, whoops, I got that one too far away. I might just use a pencil for that one. Okay, and now I'm going to go across here to the bottom of my roof. And I went up a little high, but it's okay. Now I went back, or I'm going to go back into line properties. I'm going to get the pencil with the open circle. And I'm going to magnify, get my hand blue. I'm going to come over here and touch the hand again to make it white so my screen doesn't move. And I'm just going to go ahead and draw a line right through my other lines, because remember, you don't want a hole. Now I'm going to get my hand, and I'm going to go to the opposite side and get my hand. And whoops, don't like that one. I love the undo button. Okay. There we go. Now I'm happy. All right, so now I'm going to go back, make it 100% again. I'm going to go back into the fills, and I'm going to look for something I want for my roof. I could even do a stipple if I just wanted to do a stipple. I'm going to go into select, and there is one that I find interesting, and it is design 03 or 030. I'm going to do that one for my roof. And I'm going to say, okay. I'm going to go in, get the paint can because you want to paint the whole area. And I'm going to touch the roof. Perfect. Now I'm going to say next. And I'm going to go into size. And I'm going to make it bigger just to see how it looks. And I like that actually. Gives it some character. And I'm going to pick the lighter stitch and set. And say okay. And embroidery. And now we're going to do that. And see how my roof looks. I could sit and play and create all day long. Matter of fact, while it's stitching out, I am going to tell you, if you have the Artspira app on your phone, you need to check out the projects for this month because they were pretty cute. I was impressed. And I was also looking last night for those of you that own the Avenir, and they have the special embroidery designs for the Avenir. They've added some new ones. And I happen to have found a jacket laying down here. And there is a design in Artspira for the Avenir that I'm going to put on it. And it is adorable. So if you have nothing to do today, come and check out what I'm doing. It's pretty darn cute. And now that I tattled on myself, I'm sure Veronica's going to tell me, no, you're not. Oh, this is a cool design for the roof. Oh my goodness. I love it. And it only takes a minute. So see, you can do a block in no time at all. And this is a great way to do those small blocks on a quilt. Just draw your lines where you don't want the stitching to go. You have to protect that area. And sometimes it's easier to use your finger. Like if you're drawing around a tree, just trace around it. Doesn't have to be perfect. Oh my gosh, this is too cute. So I'm going to hold this one up and show you too. So you got the idea of how it is to quilt around objects. Whoop. And let me get that back on because I messed up here. Forgot to take the magnet off. I'm going to take that off. Now I can remove it. And we're going to come back over here. And look at how cute that roof is. Is that not a fun block? Of course, you know, the variegated makes it look really cool too. And so if I wanted to do something around my windows and add a little something to that, I'll show you the way to do that too. There. Now we're going to remember, we're going to go home again. Say, okay, back to my design center. I'm going to scan it real quick again. And you know, the more you do this, the more it just will become second nature of you doing the quilting and the hoop. The steps over and over and over will help it stick in your brain. And you could even do, well, you can go back and watch this video too to remind you, but you could also video yourself doing it too. This is really cute. I'm excited. All right, so I've got my block back. Now I'm interested in one of the windows. So what I'm going to do is I am going to go into line properties and I am going to choose a heavier stitch and I'm going to say okay. And then yeah, that's what I'm going to do. And I am going to go in here. I'm going to magnify. I was thinking of how I was going to do this. Okay. I'm going to magnify. Now I can see my window. You probably can't see it, but I can see it. I'm going to light the pencil up with the open C, and I'm just going to take it and I'm going to draw a line down. And I'm going to go across. And you know what? That was pretty crooked. So I'm going to undo those. And I'm just going to go back into line properties. I'm going to get that straight line. And I'm not going to worry that I'm outside of my window, and I will show you why. I have chosen a stitch, so it would actually stitch out. So there's that. But guess what? You have an eraser. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to get the square eraser. I'm going to magnify it. I'm going to come in here, touch where you don't want to erase, so you can see what size your eraser is. So now, I made it light again. So there, I can just drag it down, and it's like playing bumper cars. You just kind of bump your finger until it's right to the edge of your window. Just kind of roll your finger slowly. And the top one, the left one looks pretty good. Now I'm going to go and get this one. And if you make your eraser really big, then sometimes you can see it underneath your finger. And I'm going to go darker here so I can see. Could go a little bit more. Okay, I like that. Perfect. Now I'm going to say, okay, what about putting a trim around the window? So I'm going to go into shapes. I'm going to get that square. I'm going to say, okay. And we're going to go to size. Remember, when you bring in a shape, you have to size it first. And we're going to bring it all the way down. And remember, I magnified my screen, so you probably couldn't see where that block was, but I knew it was on there. And as soon as I got it small enough, I'd be able to grab it. Now I'm going to go in and size it for my window. And this is pretty cool about this machine too, because you actually have control over the width of the satin stitch that I'm putting on here. So we're going to go, whoops, I'm going to bring it in. I would have picked a light color for the windows. You know how hard that is to see? Okay, so there. Now, my outside is still in a running stitch. I wanted it to be a satin stitch, and I want it to be, I'm going to change it to green so you can see what's going to happen, and I'm going to show you how to fix it. So I'm going to get the paint can in my line properties, and I'm going to touch my window. Well, guess what? My lines inside that I wanted only as a running stitch have also became the satin stitch. So what I'm going to do, because remember, you have a magnifier. I'm going to blow it up as big as I can, get my hand blue. I'm going to come here, and then I am going to get my eraser. I'm going to make it as small as it will go. And I am going to erase one stitch from the outline, okay? Because when I do that, it prevents it from turning the same color. Get my hand, because I've taken a stitch off and it's not touching anymore. Ooh, there I go. So I can see I need to get rid of those two. Don't need that. I did go over the window. I just couldn't see. I advise you not to use such light colors when you do this project. Okay, so I'm at 1600, and now all I need to do is just form one little space between the block if I can find the right spot. Whoop, there we go, go back. And right there. Close enough for government work. Okay, hands blue again. Now I'm going to move it over to this side and get that eraser again and put a little hole in there. Whoop, not that hole. I want it on the outlines that are going in my window. Just need to find right where to put that hole. I get it? Nope. Well, I keep doing it in the same spot. Let's see. I'll do it with my left hand. It's probably better. I just need to break it up. Okay, that separated it. Now I'm going to check the bottom. Okay, that's not touching. All right, so let's try something. Let's go back to 100. Right there. Get your running stitch. Choose a color so when it changes, you can see. Get your paint can and touch the center outline of that window. And it just turned pink and the outside stayed green. I'm going to magnify it so you can see. Find my window. There it is. So my window outside, the satin stitch is green and the inside is just the running stitch. Now I'm going to go next because this is where you can proofread your design. Up here, it shows the satin stitch around my window. I can change the width of that pattern, change it to 140, and let's see how it looks. And let me magnify it so you can also see. Get the hand blue. So I like that size. You can tighten it up if you need it a little tighter. So I'll just give it one click, say okay. And I'm going to, my running stitch looks good. So now I'm going to set it and I'm going to say okay. It shows it's going to do the satin stitch first, but I want to do my window pane inside. So what I'm going to do, just out of curiosity, nope, it won't let you move it. So you have to be smarter. You just go to the pencil plus and minus. You skip down to that one that you want to do first. And then you just put the foot down and step on the gas. And now it's going to give me my running stitch. So had I created the outline first around the window and then went in and did the pane, it would have stitched out in order. But that's too much to remember. It's easier just to go needle minus plus and go back up and down. Now it's going to do my satin stitch around the window. So you see how easy this is. And I should show you how to create a doorknob too. That's real easy. Let's see, 2 minutes. Does anybody have any questions? Where did you get the house pattern? Well, Brenda, you know me. I went into our scrap bin. I found a piece of fabric that I could cut my block. And then I found a piece for the house. And I just cut a rectangle. So there was no pattern. I just did it. You know, a house has a roof, windows, and doors. So you just cut that out. And I'm going to show you too what I would add to the grass if I was doing my lawn down here. In line properties, in the decorative stitches, there is one that will actually look like grass. So I could assign it to do it across the top of the grass too. It's really cool. I mean, it's so fun to build a block. You have all these shapes in your machine. You can take any of those shapes and create whatever you want. I remember the first time I started teaching club class, and it was on the luminaire, I do believe. I made them create a mason jar with the shapes. It's very easy to do. You just have to get in there and resize things and play with it. And that's the best way you're going to know what to do. Oh, this looks really cute. All right. So what I'm going to show you is, before I show you this, I'm going to go back home. And how are we doing on time? We're doing okay? Okay. I'm going to go back to my design center. And I'll go in the line properties, and I'm going to show you that one that I was talking about. You're going to go and touch that last pattern on the second row. You're going to go to select. So this one looks like grass. So if I went, and I am going to just take my finger and draw a line, and I'm going to go next to show you. you also have the option. So let me magnify this to show you. Okay, so it kind of looks like my grass is upside down. You have the option here, and you can flip it the other way and then say okay, and it's going to flip. So there would be your grass. Don't mind my finger. Okay, so that's how you can do that. Now I'm going to undo everything. Well, go return. And I'm going to go home because I want to scan. I'm going to show you how to get a doorknob on here real quick. And I learned all this from playing on the machine. If I can do it, you can do it. That is the best way to learn. There is no such thing as I can't. How do you know? Until you get in there and you try. And you keep trying. There's so many nursery rhymes I could go over with for that. All right. So now I have my house, and I am going to erase this design too. I'm going to get, because my line's still on there. So there we go. Okay. So what I'm going to do is, you see this paintbrush in the fills? Well, when you do a paintbrush and you touch, you get a dot. So I'm going to undo it because I don't want a doorknob up there above in the sky. I want it on my door. So I'm just going to touch my door. Got to make contact. Whoop. Go over more. Don't need the doorknob in the center. All right, there's perfect. Now when I go next, I'm just going to leave it like it is because it's a dot and it's perfect. It looks like it's square because it has a red box around it, but it's a circle. The paintbrush gives you a dot. So if you wanted to make polka dots, just get that paintbrush and touch all over, and you can create polka dots. Oh, this is cute. All right, I'm going to hold this up and show it now. Also, what I like about this magnetic hoop is you can take, like if you're going to move your quilt to the left, you just take off the sidebars and you just move your quilt over. It is so much easier to reposition the quilt to do it in the hoop. So I'm going to take, where did my thing stop? Okay, you got to check to see where your foot stopped at in order to take your hoop off and remove one of the magnets. And the more fabric you have on here, the easier it is to take that magnet off. I'm just going to put it back on to show you. So now, oh, it's dark. Lights out. Time to go to sleep. Oh, did it die? Okay. Just a second. We interrupt this program. Oh, okay. Yeah, we can do that. Okay. All right. Oh, do you need me back up?
No, you're good. Let me move this back a little bit more.
Okay.
All right, ready?
Uh-huh. So look, there's my window and my door. Is that not stinking cute? I love it. That is too cute. How fun. It was an ugly block until you started adding all this stuff to it. So it's that easy, ladies. Remember, you can do it. There's no can't. And I have, actually, you know, when I put my backing on my quilt block, I put the wrong side facing out. But if you were doing a block like this, you wouldn't have your backing fabric on it. You would just go ahead and quilt your blocks and then put your backing on and go in and stitch in the ditch. So that would be the way I would recommend it. But I'm telling you, these magnetic hoops make this job so much easier. And I also remember Barbie's Brew. I like to use that to starch my pieces of fabric before sewing. And that is the Best Press, the Terrio Magic, and I also like to use the misting spray bottle because it won't go in a glob. It just sprays it lightly. And also to hold these pieces down, I did KK 2000 spray. This is my favorite spray to use for putting fabric down. I use it for basting my quilts. I don't have a lot of space in my house, and I use it on my floor, my tile floor. So I lay everything out, and when I use this, it goes only where I want to use it, and it doesn't go everywhere, and there's hardly any odor. So this is my favorite one because I know if it's not making things sticky around me, it's not going to gunk up my machine. So this is why this is the only one I use. And honestly, I've had no issues. The other day, you know, we get so busy doing projects that we forget until our machine starts back talking us. You need to make sure that when you're quilting, every so often you get in there and you clean it out with brushes. These are really cool little tips. They have like little teeth on them, and it'll really get in there and catch all that dust. I love these. This is a cleaning tool, and we'll go over all that too. And remember also, I'm telling you what you need in your sewing room because this is what I have. This is what I swear by. Janome blue tip needles. You get the best stitch out with them. So make sure you have those too. When I get low, I start panicking. Any questions? Yes. Oh, good. I love questions. Is that magnetic hoop that you're using the brother hoop? Yes, it is. It is a brother hoop. And you also can get a 5x7. You know what else these hoops are really great for is your freestanding lace, because this is such a strong magnet. You know how sometimes when you're doing freestanding lace, it'll start pulling? Well, you don't get as much pull with these hoops because it's so strong, it's holding it. And that's a lifesaver right there. Any other questions? Okay. Well, I hope you all use this information. Yeah, let's go to the prices. Whatever. Whatever you want to do. Okay, so we have some special pricing because you know Veronica will sell a machine right out from underneath me when I'm using it. So we have our Avenires for sale, whether it's the classroom model or new in the box, we've got them. So if you're interested, come in and talk to us and we'll be happy to help you with that. And also, the machine comes with free lessons. So on the Avenir, you get the club for a year, and we will be going over all kinds of information on this machine. We're going to start fresh like we know nothing. And that is the best way to learn because there's still things I'm learning. Also, the free lessons, the club class, there is a kit cost. Yeah, so the kit cost pays for the fabric. And that's about it. You'll get a list on the website as to what you need to bring for supplies for club. So you can't go wrong. And you can do one-on-ones with us with these machines when you purchase them from us. We're more than happy to sit down with you. All right, next one. All right, that 10x10 magnetic hoop. Now, this is a steal, ladies. If you've been drooling over one, now is the time to do it. It is regular price, $1,099.99. It is on sale for $699.99. That's a steal. I am so impressed with that price. Yes. And the next one, the magnetic 5x7. The MSRP is $513.99. The sale price is $299. That just sounds so much better. It doesn't take my breath away. So make sure you take advantage of the Thumbs Up Thursday deals. What else do we have? Oh, my Barbie's Brew. It's on sale for $36.99. Cool. I love my brew. And the next one, the Power Mesh that I used, the Cutaway, is on sale for $29.49, and that is the size for the 12x10. So it's 12 inches wide by 10 yards, and that's all you would need is to make the strips for your quilt blocks and things, but it does work really good just to baste it on there, and it's reusable. And then my KK 2000 price is $24.99. What size can is that? Yeah, this one's bigger than what I have. It's 5.7 fluid ounces. So that's a good size can right there. Goes a long ways. And then the cleaning tools are on sale for $4.99. That's a great little set too. And it's pretty colors. And my blue tip needles, $9.99 for 5. And they last. They're really a good needle. I love them. So any other questions? No? Okay. So don't forget, sign up for that 3-day event if you want to learn all the things that I learned. And we will see you next Thursday. Yeah. Oh, yes, the giveaway. See, I'm out of practice. Give me 2 weeks off and that's it. All right. So, yeah, no giveaway today. So the secret word is stitch. And it's capital S, lowercase TITCH. Oh, are these items available online? Yes. You'll just go to our website, you'll scroll down, you'll see a green banner that says Thumbs Up Thursday and shop, and all those deals will be right there. Thank you. I hope all you girls will start playing with my design center. Stop being afraid of it and just use it. It's so cool. How many entries? 28. All right, keep them coming. Woo! Get that $50 gift card. And remember, check out the website, like and share our Facebook page. We're also on YouTube. Make sure your friends start following us. 40 entries. All right. 41. All right. 5 more seconds.
You know what I think too? Some people come in a little bit late, so they're like a minute behind us.
Oh.
So they don't even see this until like a minute goes by.
Oh, wow. Okay, 43, 44. All right, I say let's do it. Yes. Okay, good luck, Gail. Maureen Burns, congratulations. No, I don't think she won last week. Did you win last week, Maureen? Or Maureen? Yeah. That is so funny. All right, well, we'll see you in about, 30 minutes? Congratulations. Well, I hope all of you enjoyed learning this today. And like I said, please go home, create a project with these techniques, and then come show me. And I'll see you next week.